I don't know how many employees or how many people do you have with you, John?
We're small. I mean, we're call it five management, and then
Yeah.
of course you got your
So
drillers in the field, but they're
so we're
consultants. They're not.
about we're about 150, internal, and probably another 100 external. And when I say external, because of all the real estate we do, we have rehabbers, contractors, everything from plumbers to electricians to drywallers to laborers to guys doing demolitions and different kinds of things. And then internally, operationally. So I'm on a monthly basis, I'm doing an inflation check, right, with pay and staff and different things. And so we're increasing pay, at unprecedented rates, within our company. And, I don't, it hasn't affected us in the sense that I think it might be affecting a lot of business because we're in such a rapid growth phase as a company that our labor cost is becoming less and less a part of as a percentage of our total cost of business operations. And so we're able to afford but I want to pay my people well, and I don't think there's a business owner out there that doesn't.
Well,
Maybe there's a
yeah.
couple jerk offs in the world, but I think your primary business owner wants to pay his people really well. It's just, are they capable? And is the business set up for them to be capable? And the problem, you look at, let's say a restaurant is, they are going to go pay more for chicken and lettuce, right? And the commodity, and then they're going to charge more to the consumer. But is there a margin gap that's being created for the labor, right? Part of that margin gap. And you're right, unless we pay people more, then obviously the people that have to work hardest in this country that we need to respect the most, right? I always say that about our military, right? The reason you and I have freedom is because of our military.
Absolutely.
Is they have to be able to live and creating a good lifestyle. The whole thing is like, people say, well, we need a working class, we need a working poor, right, in order to make this country run. And my answer is yes, but what's wrong with the working class of America being a middle class of them? What's wrong with the working class of America being able to afford a nice place to live, nice furniture, nice utilities, nice basics of life? And if that's with the income of a person that does a normal everyday job, which is great, is why can't they make good money? And that's always been kind of my philosophy. Years and years ago, we took our minimum wage as a company up to $15 an hour when the average minimum wage in America was about $7. And I don't know that we have an average minimum wage in our company at this point. I'd have to check in with HR, but I know it's maybe even 2x of what the national average is for brand new entry level people with no experience joining our company. That doesn't happen too often anymore, just because of the specialization of what we do. But so for you, I like that philosophy of paying people more, but how do we do that?
Well, it's the price of goods. I mean, everything is just going to increase all at the same time, all relative to what you're paying people. I mean, I have a saying: you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. All right. So I have I as well. I mean, the minimum wage should be higher, but at the same time, so businesses are being strangled by raising costs. So I mean, everything. So the consumer is the one at the end of the
But
game
that's
that here
where
that has to pay more money.
that's where we get screwed, in the sense that like you came on, like a lot of your initiatives, you come in right or right side, right, but paying people a lot more minimum wage is very left side, right? And so to me, that tells me you're like me, where you probably have right views, you have left views, you have middle views. You're probably believe in people's rights, and it's fascinating, because to me, I always I can't control who's in power. I just got to know what the rules of the game are to win. And that's generally how I look at politics. Is they're going to make rules, and I got to go win for my investors, I got to go win for my employees, I got to go win for my family, right? And these are things I have to do to be successful, because if I can't win for my employees, they're not going to have jobs, and if they don't have jobs, I'm not going to have a company, and if we don't have a company, I can't help my investors. And so for me, there's going to be new rules every 4 years, because our rules changed a lot when the administration changed for how we raise money, how we deal with the SEC and things. Things shifted, and I have all the respect in the world for governing bodies that want to protect investors. It's very important. At the same time, the rules changed, and we had to change with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Listen, I mean, my views are. I mean, I'm from the thought or religion of kindness. Just be kind to everybody. But I think my issues rise, or my issues are challenged when I just want to see people working. Okay. And pay them for what they're worth. And if they're doing a good job, pay them well. But My problem comes down to the fact when people aren't working, they aren't contributing to society, they ain't doing anything, and they're getting these handouts. Okay, that's the free money and the printing press that's been going on. And that's where I have my problem. And